What is going on, guys? Rodney here with Crypto Bros. Welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about an ICO project called Moolyacoin. Now, if you're curious to what Moolya is, they are essentially building a platform that connects all parties in the startup ecosystem. Whether you are a guy with ideas, whether you're a startup company yourself, whether you're an investor, whether you're just a business in general, they are bringing all these different communities together into one ecosystem on a single platform in which they can collaborate on. One thing, or actually three things that I like about this ICO in general is the fact that they've already reached their soft cap, which means the project will continue on regardless of how much money they raised. Two, they're a functioning business that's been in business for the last 5 years, so that means they have experience in the space, and this is not just raising money to launch the ICO, they also actually have an MVP in place. And three, they've collected money from a VC firm that kind of believes in where they're going. So a couple cool notable points there. As we jump into today's video, I do have some notes in place that we'll go through and kind of talk a little bit more about the project and the platform. We'll also check out their website and go from there. So all that being said, we're going to jump in. I did quickly want to say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. I will be offline for a few days. My vehicle's packed up. I'm getting ready to move to Tennessee. I'm hoping to connect with BitBoy while I'm down there, so be on the lookout for that. But all that being said, guys, let's jump into today's video. So flipping over to their actual website, this is moolyacoin.io, and I'll tell you, when I first started doing my research on this project to figure out what it is, I didn't get a whole lot from the website, and it was kind of confused. Not necessarily confused, but just having a harder time connecting the dots to exactly what they're doing. But it says, we are the only live global platform for all 6 startup communities. And then if you go down here and it talks about, what is Moolya, I'll read their definition, then we'll flip over to my notes and I can kind of portray exactly what this project is. But it says, what is Moolya? Moolya Global, which is their actual platform and MVP, which they do have in place, is the world's first comprehensive global digital startup ecosystem, which is a culmination of an interaction network, marketplace, and on-demand service platform for the startup ecosystem community. It comprises of 6 vital communities, which are institutions, ideators, startups, investors, companies, service providers, and other various other enablers. Moolya uses time-tested concepts of clusters, chapters, sub-chapters, digital offices, service cards, avatars, business processes, and workflows to emulate the offline models of a startup ecosystem. So that, if you're reading that for the first time and you're just checking out this website, that doesn't give you a great understanding of exactly what this project is. So we'll flip over to some notes and then we'll come back and revisit this website. So what is Moolya up to? Well, essentially they are uniting 6 different startup communities on a single platform. And again, those are ideators, startups, investors, service providers, institution, and companies. So when you actually go onto their platform, you would sign up under one of these categories. If you're a startup business, you would sign up under the startups. If you're an investor, you would sign up under there. And what happens is when you jump into this platform, it has a bunch of different options for you to do and connect and things that can help you out and resources and all these things to help you kind of unite and connect with some of these other businesses. Like think if you're like a startup company, you can tap into, maybe you connect with another institution or an investor or mentors or other companies that have all these resources for you to use so you don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel. So anyway, that's kind of like the basis of the project. But in the white paper, it states they are the world's first digital platform for a startup ecosystem. They're connecting all parties when it comes to business startups, but doing it on a global level, uniting and supporting all stages of different business ventures again. So if you're a startup company and you don't want to reinvent the wheel and you want to focus on your business, there's going to be all these different things, whether it's getting capital, doing some type of data analytics, it's all there within this platform. And again, guys, the thing to remember about Moolya and they're kind of like their parent company is the fact that they're already working in the kind of startup space in general. So they're bringing this to the digital space. So anyway, an example of this might be, if you are a startup or an ideator, you might cooperate with different, advisors, mentors, gurus, service providers based on your need. If you're an investor or a company, you might find partners to converge with, people to explore new opportunities with, collaborate, transact, trade services. A lot of different things can be done on this platform. So once you're actually in the platform, everything will be broken down into clusters, chapters, chapters and sub-chapters based on which one of the communities you're in, as well as the needs you have. Again, they're attempting to emulate the offline model of like an ecosystem. So think of like Silicon Valley and how everybody kind of plays off each other there. They're doing the same thing here, but they're doing it in a digital manner, and they're calling it the ecosystem of ecosystems. The Moolya Global platform is actually a patent-pending process. They've essentially built this service as a software platform, allowing users infinite possibilities to start, grow, connect, trade with all of their personal business needs. So really interesting concept and tool for all these people to help grow, right? If you're a new business and you're trying to get up and going, like some of the best assets you have as a new business are all the connections you make. You're just able to do this on a digital platform. Moolya platform itself will actually have two innovative coins, the Moolyacoin, which is like the utility token for transactions, and the Untitled, which is an active investment security coin. Now, Untitled is backed by a hybrid mix of collateral assets like fiat, crypto, equity, IP, revenue, futures, etc. And all this will be offered to investors for a return that will then be reinvested into startups on the Moolya Global platform. So we're seeing a two-token system. One, the Moolyacoin to actually run and do all the transactions on the Moolya platform, and two, the Untitled for investors to actually invest money into different startups. They in return get the Untitled, you know, that they can later cash in if whatever startup does well. Now, flipping over to some of the problems and features of the platform and some things they're just really trying to solve. Well, one, and we've talked about this fairly in depth, is the fact that they are connecting all players on a digitally connected marketplace. This is also going to be used for self-discovery of your businesses, you know, network of ecosystems, and having like infinite potential connections within the platform itself. They're essentially trying to leverage the network effect, reducing reinventing and efforts resulting in the quality of work. So again, you know, as a new startup company, there's people that have done something similar to what you have done before, and their goal here is to kind of reduce the reinventing of the wheel for some of these different companies, startups, whatever it may be. Rationalization of services and processes, you know, access to easy capital, especially if you're new into the game, democratizing of networking and mentoring advisory on a digital platform, reduces record-keeping issues, and provides data analytics to process all interactions. And lastly is just a few noteworthy achievements. A few of these we've already mentioned, but as I said, softcap has already been reached. The patent pending platform is patent pending, meaning they have patents out for this, along with like probably a handful of other patents. I think it's like 17 are in place, 5 have been approved, maybe 8 are waiting or so. I'd have to double check on that, but they do have all that work in place for their patents. They do have their MVP, which is their platform. That has been working since January. The company in itself has been in operation for 5+ years now. The platform, the Moolya Global platform, like their big MVP, was built over the course of 24 months by 70 full stack developers, architects, and engineers. Also in that $2 million, which was invested from the founders themselves to build out this platform. They've recently received an investment from, I think you say it, Pecuno, a VC firm for $2.5 million. There is a Medium article we will check out briefly towards the end of the video. Their planned exchange listings are Bancor and IDEX to start, although they are in discussion with a handful of other ones, including Upbit and LA Token. So flipping back over to this website, it is worth noting, one, this is a sponsored review. Just want you guys to know, I'm just providing my honest opinion on the project. I probably look at 20+ ICOs a week. Maybe I do 2, depending on if they're good. So anyway, there is that. But as we do our scroll through, pretty good rankings on the ICO ranking websites, and we're going to take a look at some of the reviews here shortly, but just some basics again. They've exceeded their soft cap. They've sold over 100 million Moolyacoins. They are KYC and AML jurisdiction compliant, and they're powered by KYC3. And again, their patent is pending for their actual platform. Here's just a model of what they have going on. I do recommend watching, let's say you're interested in this project, I do recommend watching the videos on there. They're not necessarily like the best videos of all time, but they do a very good job at kind of painting the picture on what specifically they are trying to accomplish with this platform. And as we saw, IDEX and Bancor will be their listings. If you guys are interested in the token economics, definitely check it out. Soft cap 3 mil, hard cap 25 mil. If you're curious to where the funds are going to be going, 20% is going into platform development, which again they already have up and built. There's screenshots below. Another 20% into OPEX, and 60% into global marketing and collaboration for their actual project. They do have a light paper and a white paper, but as we get down into like some of the publications here, you can check out the features of Moolya as well as their mission, all those good things. But what I do want to touch on is the roadmap. So this idea and basically the start of the platform building began all the way back in 2016, and the roadmap runs all the way until 2019, which they have advanced workflows and blockchain offerings on Moolya. One thing that is with this project and many other projects that are building this platform, they have to worry about adoption and getting people on there and active on the actual platform itself for things to take off. Again, what I like about this is the company has already been in place, and their focus is really just on like entrepreneurs, startups, growing communities, and we'll take a look at that in a second. If you are interested in checking out their team, it's actually a fairly large team, and I went through, and I don't think we're going to do this for this video just because we're going to run out of time, but I went through everybody's kind of LinkedIn profiles just to check out, see what they have going on, see what their past experience is. And a lot of people have kind of been in this space or even started with the parent company quite a while back. So that is all worth noting there. As you jump down a little bit farther into their website, you can see where they're going to start launching some of these different chapters and different kind of offices and support bases around the country. And I mean, they're talking literally New York and Chicago, looks like San Francisco, spots in Austin and Houston, Texas. So all over the world, they have places there. So continually to focus and work on growing their community. So this is actually Moolya.global. Now this is the entry way to get onto their platform. So this is where you would go sign up, right? So if you're an ideator, you would go sign up. If you're a startup, if you're an investor, this would be your entryway into their platform. Once you're on there, you can start interacting and do all the things that you need to do based on whatever your goals are and whatever you're looking for. We are running short on time, so I'm not going to dive too far into this, but what I do want to do is kind of press forward onto ICObench.com so we can look at some of the reviews and what people are saying. Here's just a couple things that I thought were noteworthy. It says, the company is a subsidiary of a service as a software platform development entity called Raxen, and you can visit them at raxen.in. And I actually have this website pulled up, which was established in 2013 with operations in US and Canada. According to the LinkedIn, which I also have pulled up, they have 93 employees with an average working time of 2.2 years. Their Glassdoor reviews are very good too. The platform is looking to connect innovative startup hubs around the globe. Also, a positive future awaits. That's just her opinion, but this I actually thought was pretty interesting too. He says, edit, I changed the product rating from a 4 to a 5. I said I would monitor this project, and I am very pleased with what I have seen so far. They have currently been awarded $2.5 million from an investment fund. This speaks wonders about their project. And the investment firm that actually tossed allocations of money their way is also pretty, or they also ran a good ICO, which I think raised maybe like $20 million. So seeing this kind of backing from them is pretty cool. And then this guy just says, experienced team with an impressive 9 members passing the KYC report. That is the most I've ever seen in an ICO startup. Flipping over, this is their light paper, which is 21 pages. Just kind of gives you a basic overview of what they're doing, platform stuff, who's on the team, who's backing it, what experiences they have. Worth checking out. This is just the article that kind of breaks down the money that they got from the VC firm. This is Moolyacoin, now listed with Pecunio VC Fund, and it just kind of breaks down which each party had to say, and you guys can read this on your own if you're interested in there. But again, that sum of money was up to $2.5 million of assets for them and to help showcase their platform. Moving on to their actual Telegram, 28,000 members in there, and I jumped in their Telegram and just kind of scrolled up a little bit. There is activity from people. It's not just like one of those scammy telegrams where you jump in there and it's like all these different people have been added unwillingly or knowingly. There's people asking questions. There's people communicating in there, so that was cool. If you jump over to their Twitter, 17,000 followers on Twitter, and they're doing stuff, right? There's all kinds of different posts, and things are recent from, early September, yada, yada, yada. And then the last but not least, just quickly wanted to show that Raxen.in website. Now this is kind of like the parent company. So it's Raxen, then it goes down into Infinity Labs. They have a couple couple other business ventures in place on top of Moolya. So, field staff management, human capital management, mobile device management. We're all different businesses in there. And then again, this was just kind of like their LinkedIn page, which you can find a bunch of information on as well. But other than that, guys, that is really all I have for you today. Hope everybody just got a good understanding of what this project is. Love the fact that we're past pre-ICO and or the very beginning stages. We've hit our soft cap, and it seems like there's pretty good backing on this project, especially considering they're already getting money in. Out of the gates, is this going to do like 50x? I doubt it, and I don't know. It's just going to depend what it hits, when it hits, and what the market conditions are like. But it seems like, considering the fact that they are a company, things are up and going, they have their ducks in a row. So always good to see people taking that next step into cryptocurrency and adopting blockchain for whatever that they're trying to do. But as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I won't see you for a couple days. Got a lot of crap ahead of me with moving and getting set up and being in an office again. So I appreciate you guys very much. As always, thank you for subscribing to the channel. There is a beer coin in the top, or a beer can in the top left corner. If you click that, you're in. I love you. Have a great day, and I will check you later.